Hey folks, welcome to Coppertree Acres Farm. My name is Penny, and in this episode, my husband Ben and I install our tomato trellis system and plant our indeterminate tomato varieties. We started these in mini soil blocks, bumped them up to 2-inch soil blocks, and then created these 4-inch soil blocks, which we did create a video on. If you'd like to check that out, I'll link it in the description. We used seeds from Johnny Select Seeds, as well as High Mowing Organic Seed Company, and some heirloom varieties. This is our progress thus far. We will be doing some follow-up videos and just kind of show you a little bit more of what's going on. And thanks so much for joining. Hope you enjoy.
Hello guys, Ben here. Just want to share with you an update what we're doing here. Getting ready to put up our tomato trellising. I already put 2 up just to see how it goes and show you guys. We just got a regular T-post with an 1.5-inch size T, putting this up, and then we got my piping on the floor. They're 10-footers. I'm gonna have to trim one of those, but I got the ends in, and then just trying to figure out the middle. And then Penny's going to be terminating this bed soon, so we're just getting ready for our tomato plants. Really easy to do, fairly inexpensive way to get the tomatoes trellised.
Or to try to keep it cool, probably cover it. Try to keep it cooler today.
Did you say the length of this bed was?
I think they're 26. They ended up being 26. I can go grab it.
So this is 25 foot, so yeah, for sure 26. So I want to measure out, keep it there.
Wait, it's 25 feet for the bed?
No, this is 25 foot measuring tape.
Oh, so it's 26.
But it is looking like it's 26.
Yeah, when I measured before, I was like, how did we end up making it 26?
You use these to tie in the piping. Use couplers. We could just put it at the end. And we could do that, you know what I mean?
I'm like one of the janitor ones you walk around. kind of fork it before you do that?
You know? Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
All right, we're going to be planting the tomatoes 18 inches apart to 2 inches apart, 18 inches to 24 inches apart this way, and staggering the next line over here 20 inches to 24 inches this way, and stagger, 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 and we'll have plenty of airflow. We should have plenty of airflow in the middle, and we're going to be trellising them up, so we'll show you what that looks like. Okay. All right, let's measure out some string so we can put enough down there. I'm gonna get all the amendments together. What we're doing here is putting string down in the hole to put the plant on, and then run the string up for the trellis instead of having to put stakes in, because we have so much wind out here. Sometimes stakes don't work that great, and it saves time not having to put stakes in and deal with tying it to a stake that might come out anyway. So we're just going to put it in the hole probably about 2 feet. Shouldn't affect the plant. It's going to be below where we first plant the tomato. I want to see how long we have this. That should work. So I'm going to put in some compost. This is our first one we're going to put in. These are 4-inch soil blocks that we created. They've done really well. We're starting to get the roots coming through, the air pruning on the roots, which we had in the 2-inch soil blocks. And this one's real strong, so we're just going to run the line up it. Like this. And you run it up and tie the line. So I'm just going to leave that there. See how it goes with the string being in the ground. I think it'll be just fine. I've heard that works just fine. Oh, look who came to visit.
Little ladybug, huh? All right. What's going on here, babe?
Well, the other day when we were going to put all of the lovely tomatoes in, we were unable to get them in. Some things came up, and then it was going to be days and days of wind. So we held off this week and just gimped them along, and they're doing okay still. And now is the day. We're still going to have some wind, but it's not going to be, I'm hoping, as severe, and I think they're strong enough now that even if it is with the trellis system and little strings, we're going to be okay. It's time. We got to get them in. Sink or swim. Got the holes dug. Finished digging them, filled them with water. Just seeing how long it takes for them to go down. Again, these beds were our first beds we put in. They're still not the greatest beds yet, to say the least, but we'll get there. And they're draining fairly quickly, actually, compared to some of the other places on the property. Got a couple of them in last night, so tonight we're going to finish them. We have a really windy week this week, and then it looks like it might finally start dying down come toward the middle of May, which is like really late in the season for the wind to continue on like this. So I kind of am reluctant to plant them, but I know I just need to get them in. I'm just kind of concerned about this much wind, so we'll see what happens. These were really wilty earlier, and I gave them another shot of water and some B1, and they look a little better now. And then I've just been kind of trying to keep them protected from the worst of the wind.
And I've had this roll of string for like 10 years now.
I don't think we're ever gonna run out. Yeah, ask how long I had it.
How long have you had this string?
My whole life. It's never run out.
What's up, Clover? You want to plant a tomato? I'm sure you'll eat them once we have them. She loves to eat pretty much anything. Anything she can get a hold of. Huh, Peso? She's a scavenger. That's right. It's a beautiful evening tonight.
Sure is.
Yeah, finally the wind's died down, and it is really pretty out.
Very nice
A
quiet.
little past the golden hour now. And we still have much to do. But we're getting them placed, and we'll get them in no time. A little tomato.
So you're getting all stringed up.
Yeah, I'll show you the process of how we're doing this in a minute. There's just finishing this one, so.
Not sure what this is called in the knot world, but this is not so hard to do. So I do this knot, so we pull the string to undo it. So this here is just a loop, pull this to undo it so you can tighten it or loosen it, drop it down, you don't have to cut.
Nice. And if we ever needed to, well, we probably won't have to extend the string, but we will need to drop them down as they get too tall.
Yep.
Okay.
And then tomorrow we'll add the drip system.
Yeah.
Drip tape.
I'll water them in good, and then tonight, and then I gotta give them some B1 as well. Okay, so we have another one that isn't tied right here.
Nope.
If you want to tie that.
I'll tie that.
All right, it has gotten dark on us because we have a lot of tomatoes to do. This is approximately what, a foot deep. I try to put close to 2 feet of this between what I put in the ground and like how it comes up in here. So I try to start around in the very bottom of the hole and come around so there's just plenty of it. You want to see how long that is up at the top, see if I have enough. Some of these holes are a little deeper than others. So.
Oh yeah, plenty there.
Okay, so let me bring this down just a little. Okay, so then what I do, so that we don't have to use stakes, we just put it at the bottom of the hole, and then I'll put in some more fill dirt on top of that. And this is just kind of cleaner native soil. And it had a little azomite in it. And I start with that. Azomite rock dust gives some minerals to everything, some trace minerals basically. So I'll put that in, put a little rock dust again on top of that.
Azomite.
Some compost. And I'll just kind of line it with the compost. And I check my size, it's probably a little bit shallow now. Not too terrible, but I could have made it a little bit. Okay, so right when I'm going to put it in, I'll put some Tony's Magic Mix. So compost, then the Tony's Magic Mix, and this is the flour. They've had a good dose of the regular Tony's, which has more nitrogen recently, so I'm just going with the flour to get them to then get going in flour. Obviously it still has some nitrogen, but it's got more phosphorus for flowering. So I'm just going to set that right on top of the Tony's, and then I'm going to take the string while it's in this position. And just wrap it around a couple times. These have been in their blocks longer than I anticipated, just because we have had so much wind, as I mentioned earlier, and we had a mishap tonight where after all this time we've been protecting them, we had a tray fall. Luckily, they're salvageable and I think they're going to be okay. Might be a little bit more stressed than they should be. But so that's why these plants are just so darn big this time. And try to come up underneath and then straight up like that, and then Ben ties it. Do add more native soil around the edges too, and typically I'll mix in a little native soil. The only reason I don't mix it in a lot with tomatoes at first is, except for in the bottom, is just I don't want it to get too heavy in there and compacted, because they like a lot of airflow. They like their roots like a lot of room to breathe, you know. But see how they do, and I'll water in some B1. Liquid B1, I just add it to the watering can. The next day, like tonight, I'm not going to do it. I'll just water them in. But I'll add that the next day, and that perks them up whenever they're starting to go through some shock. I get them a good water, and then I do the B1. I water that in, and then water them again a little bit. What I'll do is I'll add a Tony's tea. That's kind of our process to get these trellised and not have to deal with too many steps. We have so much wind, we just figured if we tried to stick sticks in here and run the line off sticks, we're just probably gonna, I don't know, it feels like the sticks would come out. It's just one more thing to have to buy, one more thing to have to find the right kind and everything else. But so far it's working out good. We've got this row done over here, and although it's getting late, it's fine. We're just gonna keep plugging away and finish these tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on this garden update and farm vlog. We hope you join us again. If you like the video, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing. Stay tuned for more updates. Thanks so much, and God bless.